to some people, just like it's popular to a lot of people. Unpopular to some, a lot, and unpopular to a lot. I would say it evens out. Domestic violence thing is never going to be popular amongst anybody. It's not. Beating, hurting dogs is never going to be popular. Colin Kaepernick's thing is a split thing. It's not a split thing. Yes, it is.
It's not.
No, I'm saying it is. Just have many people were arguing that, oh, you're disrespecting the military, blah blah blah. There were just as many people arguing. Those people saying no, he's not disrespecting the military. He stated his cause of what he's standing for. But I'm saying the media reported on people that were complaining about it. But then I'm making the same claim that just like we heard about Spike Lee and how he had his movement, how that boycott's supposed to happen in New York at the NFL headquarters. The same stuff is going on with people arguing for Colin Kaepernick to get signed.
It's much smaller.
But I'm saying I've heard players in the NFL. There's been players in the NFL that have come out and said, "Hey, we support his stance." Players have notably supported his stance. Just like there have been guys that said, I preferably would stand for the NFL for the flag, but they didn't say they don't agree with what he's doing. I think I've only heard one or two guys say they didn't agree with what he was doing, and then multiple guys around the league have shown support for what he's doing.
You're still taking a super small sample size of that, though.
You said what?
Would you not agree? That's small?
I'm saying you're taking. I'm saying and I'm saying on a bigger scale. It's equalized out
Brandon,
to being
police brutality is not an equal out proportion thing. It's a very disproportionate thing in the even not even within the NFL. Just in general, police brutality is a very split. It's not a split even thing.
I'm thinking that you're only taking into margins the minority margins that are arguing for it. There are also white Americans that argue that police brutality,
absolutely
all this is bad. So I'm saying. The way you're saying it's a completely disproportional thing, I don't think it's that unequal. But I'm saying what the media decides to report on, just like they decided to report. Now they finally decided to report Marshawn Lynch doesn't stand for the national anthem. I'm just saying, like there are agendas behind all reports and stuff like that. Just like there's an agenda even in our podcast currently right now. I'm saying like Marshawn Lynch hasn't stood for the national anthem for 11 years. 11 years. There are photo shots of him on the Seahawks standing at different moments in time. But if a guy didn't sit for 11 years, Colin Kaepernick kneels, then the front headline page thing of Saturday night's preseason game is Marshawn Lynch sits for national anthem. Obviously, I'm thinking they're attaching something to that. So I'm saying for the baggage that we're saying a guy had, like Tim Tebow's case, Tim Tebow's probably your best case that you can make to me. But the thing is, Tim Tebow wasn't as good a player as Colin Kaepernick, never has been as good a player as Colin Kaepernick for him to warrant a position on the NFL roster. You go back and look at his completion percentages, you go back and look at his touchdown interception ratio. What?
12-6.
Tim Tebow?
Yeah, this final year, 12-6.
I'm talking about over like the whole course of. Well, I mean, if you say his touchdown 12-6, and what was the completion rate?
I don't have that right now. I closed it.
Okay, well, Tim Tebow. I mean, he couldn't. His
team was successful though. His team was successful every year he played.
Yeah, I'm saying they actually had a team for him to be successful on. The last team Colin Kaepernick played on, the second best player I think was Navarro Bowman, and that was it. They had nothing on offense. So the fact they even pulled off a 15-4 offensive showing is impressive in itself. Blaine Gabbert had the same opportunities as Colin Kaepernick on that same team, butchered it, did nothing with it. So I'm saying like. For what we're saying that is like this huge baggage, I think if we're really making that like the fact I would totally get your point if the NFL hadn't already signed guys that have committed domestic violence, guys that have committed murder, guys that have abused dogs, guys that have stolen, guys that have done a lot of more guys that have actually broken the law and have committed rape, sexually abused women. Sure. I'm saying the claim rests a lot heavier for me in those instances versus a guy that will be your backup that's actually arguing for something that a lot of people can either be split or for on instead of just completely being a no on. So, I mean, for that, to me, I mean, that's just something that I feel like, to a degree, it's a little bit shady in itself.
No, before we go on, I completely agree with you. If you're willing to re-sign a domestic abuser or, who's been charged with rape, really?
I mean, Big Ben's case.
He got charged. He never got.
No, but I'm saying he still got charged. I mean, we had a whole case about Ezekiel Elliott last show about he didn't get charged. So I mean, the fact he got charged showed that they had something against him to at least take him to court.
He didn't get convicted though.
So I mean, he still got taken to court.
Okay, fine.
I mean, Kobe got charged. He admitted to doing something with the girl. But the girl just dropped the case. But go on, continue what you're saying.
So I agree with you on the domestic violence. If you are willing to bring back a domestic abuser. I just don't understand. That part I would be like, I completely agree with you. No, if you had committed domestic abuse and admitted to it, you were charged and convicted of it, I don't see how you're still in the league. But everything else, like, I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I agree. I see why he's not signed. I see why he's not signed.
I can see why he's not signed, but the reasons why he's not signed versus the reason why he should be signed, I feel like one outweighs the other.
Maybe.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna transition to our next topic, and we're gonna talk about. Excuse me. We're gonna talk about what the signing of Sammy Watkins does to the Los Angeles Rams. Oh, sorry, the trade. Yeah, the trade bringing in Sammy Watkins does, and how that changes the perception of the Los Angeles Rams season next year. Stay tuned, y'all. It's KBR Sports, the best sports talk show, 24 hour a day.